Okay, so in the next couple of weeks, Google is releasing a new update for Google Business Profiles. This, if you have dealt with this in the past, if you're an SEO, if you've messed with suspended Google listings before, they were always very vague in the policies that supposedly your listing violated, right? It was a guessing game. You had to go through your Google business with a fine tooth comb and hopefully get the right information out there to get a reinstatement request. This is not a drill. This is happening. Over the next couple of weeks, Google is changing this process. They're rolling it out in the EU market first, but if you have a Google listing suspension, they are going to be a little more transparent about what the violation was that got you suspended. So instead of saying, hey, we've caught suspicious activity, or the really vague information that they gave you before, they're supposed to almost kind of give you a hint into what policy you are going against, what terms of service your listing is going up against. But the biggest difference now is the reinstatement process. So once you activate the reinstatement process, you had multiple chances to respond to those emails. You'd get an email back saying, hey, you're not eligible for maps. You could then respond back with more information. Then they would say, hey, send us a business license, a utility bill, blah, blah, blah. If that didn't work, then you could upgrade it and possibly get on the phone to get a business verification, all of these things, right? Well, now you're getting one shot at a reinstatement. And once you file for the reinstatement, they are only allowing you 60 minutes to upload that information. So it is really important, not only for business owners, but also for marketing agencies to know that once you start that appeal request, you have 60 minutes to upload any documents that you need to prove the validity of your Google business profile. So that means your business license, whatever it is. So like many times before, if you had a listing, you would just appeal it. And then if they ask for documentation, you would get that documentation and upload it a day later, 2 days later, whatever. Now it's 60 minutes and you only get one chance to reinstate. I don't know if this is going to make the situation better because I've seen real legitimate business owners provide every single thing that Google has asked for and still not get reinstated. And I've seen where you could just get reinstated really quickly. So I'm not sure how, it really depends on how transparent they are. They're not going to come out and say you were suspended because of this, but it may come in and say, hey, your name is against Google terms of service. And so that may leave us enough hints or with enough information for us to go in, fix the listing, provide whatever documentation we need, all within 60 minutes. So it does give us some prep work, but you should be aware that over the next couple of weeks, this is rolling out in the EU. And I'm sure within the next 2-3 months, this will be the policy here within the United States. So if you have a Google business profile and it happens to get suspended over the next couple of weeks, make sure before you do the reinstatement request, you have all your documentation in order and are ready because we're not sure how they are going to roll this out. A lot of times we see rollouts in certain markets, in certain niches, uh, first. And so we don't know which niches or which markets, or if it's going to be just some massive rollout. And usually when they do stuff like this, there's massive amounts of bugs. And so be really careful editing your Google business profile within the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, especially if it is one of your biggest assets that generate you leads or phone calls or whatever it may be. Make sure that you are protecting that thing. I wouldn't go and make any major changes at least for a couple of weeks. Because again, this new reinstatement process, maybe it will be better or maybe it won't. For somebody who understands terms of service, maybe this is a game changer. For other marketers who are not paying attention or other business owners who aren't paying attention to this process, it could really hurt your business.
If you got any good value out of this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to the YouTube channel, the TikTok, whatever it is that you're watching. Share it with people who may need it. Thanks, and I appreciate all your support.